Jingle bells ring. I'm writing Christmas postcards.
'Twas 35 days before Christmas. Then all through the house, not a single was given. Not even an ounce.
Unpopular opinion, I hate Christmas. Well, it's that time of year again. Mariah defrosts, people flood New York City to stare at the Rockefeller tree. People mob stores on Black Friday like the world is ending. Basically, hell is unleashed on Earth. And listen, if you expect me to reward a strange, plump, jolly man for breaking and entering with a warm glass of milk and some cookies, you're on the wrong channel. And I know what you're thinking. But Alora, what did Christmas ever do to you? What did the holiday season ever do to you? What did New Year's Eve ever do to you? I'll tell you what. My family and I lived through 2 horrible tragedies, both during the holiday season. And every year when December rolls around, I feel that dread like deep in my body. But even outside of grief, this season puts such immense pressure on everyone to be so cheerful. No matter what you're going through, it could be grief, heartbreak, poverty, loneliness, it doesn't matter. It's no wonder the self-annihilation rate is highest during the holiday season. And people without family often feel loneliness during a time that's supposed to be about connection. That's why I created my own ritual. Every December, on my last day of work before my 10-day holiday break, I head straight to Barnes & Noble's Union Square, my favorite childhood bookstore. And I pick out 3 books to binge during vacation after spending time with my family. It's my sacred little tradition, it's my Christmas gift to myself, and it's a way to celebrate solitude and the comfort of stories instead of forced festivities. So if you're like me and this season is hard for you, you don't feel jolly at all, you don't have to suffer through it in silence or alone. So let's talk about it. Here are books you should read this holiday season if you hate Christmas. But first, like, comment, and subscribe, and show my new channel some love. Instead of jolly Christmas elves, what about evil, petty, murderous, vindictive, gossipy, sassy fairies? This is the Cruel Prince series by Holly Black, one of my favorite fantasy series ever. There's a very hot romance in it, but the romance is not the focus of the story. And I'm going to say this, put it on record. This is me saying it this day, November something. I don't know what the hell the date is today. Alora Poe has said, this has been one of the best enemies to lover written in fiction, in my opinion. Obviously, this is my opinion. Don't come for me. It is what it is. I felt like she's the only person that I really read that did it right so far. And it's basically about this young human girl, Jude, who is orphaned. I don't want to give away too much. Who is orphaned and dragged off to a place called Fairyland that exists right on the surface of our world. It is so cool the way she did it because it really feels like it exists. And that, like, after you read this book, you'll look around and be like, this feels like this could really exist. The fairies even feel like they could really exist. She filled them with so much personality and character and backstory. This just feels so authentic. It's a very immersive story. You will get sucked into this world. But anyway, Jude gets orphaned and dragged off to Fairyland. She's raised in that world. And so she feels like she doesn't fit in because she's a human, but she wants so badly to fit in, and she does some things to fit in. It's in the gray area, but you understand where she's coming from. And then there's this asshole that's always on her neck, Cardan. But that's all I'm going to say. And it's just really, really good. And it's machinations, it's intrigue, it's political violence, it's like betrayal, and it's just so good. You will get sucked in. These are some of my favorite characters out there. Holly Black is one of my favorite authors. The whole series, I binge read the whole series during Christmas time, and it was such a fun season. So I recommend that. And a fun fact, I was an editorial intern at Little Brown under Alvina, who edited this book, and I actually was the reason why I got the second book. I got it off the free bookshelf while I was there, and I really wish I would have read this series while I was there because Alvina would have been sick. She'd be like, girl, get away from me, because I would have asked her so many questions. Like, Alvina, girl, wait. And she would have been like, girl, go back to your desk. So yeah, bye. Look, I like romance as much as the next girl. Y'all know I'm romance coded. Y'all know your girl Allura is romance coded. But what I don't like are corny romances. Corporate big wig girl boss moves back to her old small town to save the dying bake shop or whatever, only to find that her handsome arch nemesis owns it, and there's a cupcake war to save it, and they fall in love. Whatever. It's corny. I hate Hallmark romances. That's why we're about to talk about romances hotter than a chestnut on an open fire. Always use a coaster. So the first book we're going to talk about is Grave Flowers. I have not read these two books yet, but these are the two books that I'm going to be reading during holiday break. I only have 2 more books to stop at Barnes & Nobles and get, but it's called Grave Flowers by Autumn Cross, and tagline is Marry the Prince, then Kill Him. So this was comped a lot to Holly Black. Y'all just heard how I feel about the Cruel Prince and Holly Black, so I'm like, sign me up, please. And basically, it's about an evil family, an evil royal family, and the main character, Madalena, is supposedly different from the rest of them, even though she just wants to be left alone at peace in her poisonous garden, tending to her flowers that's meant to torture people. Madalena, girl, you don't sound much different. She trade places with her sister, that's supposed to marry a prince, and ends up trading places with her. I'm guessing she falls in love, but still has to keep the pact to kill him. I don't know, but it sounds delicious and dark, not Hallmarky. I keep hearing a lot about this. This book, Alchemized, it's 1,000 pages, Lord help me, but it's the perfect kind of thing. During the holiday season, getting lost in a 1,000-page book sounds great to me. Escaping reality in the holiday season. And I did not get the one with sprayed edges. I ain't got time for all that. But I heard that this was originally a fanfic, and the author does not like this to be called a romance. They said it's dark. They really do not intend for it to be like this romance you're supposed to be drooling over, but it's been labeled as dark romance, and it's about this girl who lost her memory, or woman, who lost her memories, and she is basically a prisoner that's meant to breed and marry, forced to marry whoever the king. Is he a king or something? I'm sorry, I'm butchering this, y'all. But anyway, she's basically enslaved to him and supposed to make his babies or whatever. I'm guessing they end up falling in some toxic kind of love. I don't know. And she has powerful memories trapped within her that they're trying to stop from getting released. And I think she's like an alchemist, and there's some magic involved or whatever. Some evil order took over, the apocalypse. I don't know. I can't wait to get into it. And so we don't sound too negative, the 2 books that I'm going to kick my holiday tradition off with by stopping at Barnes & Nobles to pick up are 2 books that I'm super excited to read. The first one is No Lessons Learned, as told by Larry David, and it's basically the behind the scenes of how his show Curb Your Enthusiasm started. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. I love Seinfeld, and I love Larry David. That type of humor is what makes me laugh. That dry, sardonic humor. And when I am really, really, really down, like I mean really effing depressed where I can't get out of bed, I put on an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm because I love how Larry turns the normal everyday moments, and sometimes the things we think in our head, it's almost like he's bringing them to life. Those awkward, weird, anxious ridden moments. And so comedy can be really healing when you're sad and depressed, especially during the holiday season when it's winter and it's always gray and the sun seems to never to shine. So that's why I'm reading that book. The next is Positive Obsession, the new Octavia E. Butler biography by Susanna M. Morris. Octavia E. Butler is one of my favorite authors ever. She is, I think, one of the first Black women to pioneer in sci-fi, and I cannot wait to read it. And I feel like, keeping on a positive note, that's something great to read towards the end of the year to just get amped and excited about your goals you want to accomplish next year. Even though I don't believe in making those stupid New Year's resolutions. No, every day should be a resolution for what you want to accomplish. And just doing your best is fine. But anyway, I think that's going to be an inspiring biography to read, to just think about what your own goals and what you want to accomplish in the following year, in the next year, going into the next year. And, her story is so inspirational, how she never gave up, how she wrote in a notebook all the things she wanted to accomplish, and it's kind of like she manifested, and she did through hard work. So I'm super excited to read that biography, to be inspired by it, especially as a author working on her first debut fiction novel. And last, but certainly far from least, I would like to recommend the book The Last Lecture by Randy Pouch, a computer science professor who was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And it's his memoir that talks about life lessons, achieving childhood dreams, and basically his legacy, life advice, and basically his legacy that he left behind for his children. But I feel like that we all can benefit from and learn from. And I feel like I wanted to end on a note with a book that reminds us why life is a blessing. And I know sometimes it's hard for people who are depressed to believe, but why life is a blessing and why we should still be grateful to have it. So, whether you love Christmas or you hate it, you made it through another year. And that's enough to celebrate for now.